And welcome everybody to the Mindset Workshop. I hope you enjoy this. I listen the files for this that I'm going to be sharing are going to be made available to you so you will be able to work through this on your own time because what we're about to talk about I think is one of the most important things that we can be doing for ourselves, our individual, okay? But it's a personal journey. So you want to do these documents almost like you would a journal or a diary. You do them on your own in your own time, and you keep them private. And that's the best way to do it. So I'm going to jump into this because, again, I think it is the most important thing any of us can be working on if we're going to achieve anything of great value. You have to have a good heart, good purpose, good intentions, but it's the mindset that's going to carry you through. So let me share my screen and I hope you enjoy. And you'll be able to find these files. I upload them in most groups, but I just uploaded this one, the updated version, inside of the community leaders group. So come on over to real estate community leaders and download from the file section. But let's get into the mindset workshop. A little bit about me. I am me. If you know me, you know me. I've been in real estate for 20 years, came from the .com world. I was a network engineer, built the software, did some training, sold a lot of real estate, a lot of things, did some pretty cool stuff. Made a whole bunch of money, lost a whole bunch of money, that whole story. I've been there, I've lived it. The crash of 2008 hurt a lot of people, hurt me too, because I was actually going through a divorce at the same time and reinventing myself when I was 30 something, 36 years old. I don't know, 37. So been there, done that. Okay. And so I wrote this, the most important journey you can achieve in your life is self discovery. It is through self discovery that you achieve self awareness. And I think we all need a little bit more self awareness in this world. I wish the world would wake up and have a little bit more. But the things that we're going to be talking about in this um, webinar right here are vital because I want to focus on this right here. I'm going to jump script a little bit real quick and I'm going to come over here. Nothing's more important than this. Okay. So you don't see politics on here. You don't see what's happening over Twitter on here. I know that I complain about those on Facebook. That's all for engagement, man. I couldn't care less. Okay. I couldn't care less. But these things right here are the 12 most important things. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times 3, 15 most important things in your life. And you notice you are at the middle. A lot of people will put family at the middle. Family don't matter if you're dead. I said it. Family don't matter if you're dead. Family don't matter if you're sick. Family don't matter if you're, sick mentally or physically or whatever the situation is. They tell you in the airplane to put the oxygen mask on yourself first. That's for a reason, man. That's for a reason because you cannot help anybody. Well, let me rephrase that. You can only help people to the capacity that you yourself are okay or healthy or healed. So you got to work on yourself first. What is the most important thing you want to accomplish? Okay. What is the number 1, 2, and 3? And you notice in this quadrants, all the number ones touch that middle thing. Nothing is more important. What's the number one most important thing to your family? The number one most important thing to your financial world? The number one most important thing to your business? And the number one most important thing to the most forgotten about quadrant, which is your soul or your spirit, right? Nothing else matters except for accomplishing those. Number 1, of course, and number 2 and number 3. Those should have ultimately changed as you progress through the journey. But this right here, you master this, you don't have any other problems or any other concerns in the world. And it takes some work to get there. But let's jump back over to this because this is why I'm here. This is brand new to me. Katie, my director of success, had gone through my haphazardly put together presentation and made it real pretty and nice. So I'm going to go through this. And I just want to talk about self-discovery. It's not something that happens in a day. And man, I've been on mine for 7 years. It's 2006. 4, 5, 6, going on 7 years. It's an ongoing journey, and I continue to learn and evolve and mature, if you would, and become the aware person that I want to be, and cut the bullshit out of my life and stay focused only on what I would rather sit on my couch with a cat laying on me and purring at me then go do something that I don't want to do, but it is only truly understanding what it is that you want, and having the ability to enforce your boundaries that you can do this. Now, I do want to say a warning: this will cause you to be honest with yourself. You can lie to everybody, but if you lie to yourself, I cannot help you. Okay. So you have to be honest with yourself. You're not here to impress anybody. You're not here to show this to anybody. You're here to be 100% honest with yourself. SELF. Yourself. Your shadow, if you would. This is 100% for you to be real with yourself. Now, step one in the journey, the path to self awareness is a difficult path. Oftentimes, you're faced with issues that require tough decisions or acceptance. It is only through these decisions and acceptances that we truly start to understand ourselves. Once you understand yourself, you can start to build the life you want and desire. Distractions are everywhere and often keep us from focusing. Distractions can be people, like toxic people, it can be political events, news, other people's issues. Distance yourself from distractions. I don't really watch much TV. I don't even have cable, but I don't watch news or TV because it is a distraction for me. I could be programming something. I could be learning about something. Don't get me wrong. I have much of my downtime. I'd rather go to the movies and watch it on the big screen, whatever. And I stay up to date how I do. But I'm not. I don't. I'm not consumed by it. I don't come home and turn the TV on. I don't even have a TV. I don't own a TV. So, what are some distractions or people? This is for you. What are some distractions or people that you can eliminate that will allow more time for positive activities in your life? And that's the key. What are the positive activities in your life, right? Um, I'm just going to go ahead and take a second to just make sure that, okay, that's streaming. Okay. Always got to double check. Let me, let me check something. You know what I did one time? And this is funny stuff. Go ahead and take a okay. Second. Shut up! Stop talking to me. I did a whole webinar one time, and I had my microphone on mute. Anyways, step one: the energy that's around you, and you know what I'm about to say to you. That when there's negative energy around it, you feel it. When there's positive energy around you, you feel it. Right? The energy wave from negative and distractions will bombard you and come from every direction. This will knock you out of focus. Protect yourself from this type of energy. That person that shows up or is always bringing strife, or drama llama is showing up, man, get away from me with your drama llama, man. I don't want anything to do with it. I have come to the understanding I cannot save anybody. I cannot save anybody who does not want to save themselves, do the work, whatever. If they're not willing to change, I ain't willing to waste a breath on you. Just the way that has to be. The energy when you remove distractions and negativity and replace with positivity and focus is much smoother, right? You know, when you're around somebody happy and joyous, it feels different. When you go to a place that you're happy and excited about, man, stay in that vibe as much as you can. You're not on this earth to impress anybody. You're on this earth to live to your highest and best function. Okay, the highest and best you, the best possible you. Look in the mirror and do this when nobody's home. Otherwise, people will think that you're nuts. But that's okay. I often will hear my kids, "Who are you talking to?" Nobody. I'm talking to myself because I'm having dialogue with myself, practicing how I might respond to something. Okay, yeah, that's real. This is real stuff. But I have these internal dialogues with myself. But when nobody's home, look at yourself deep in the mirror. Really stare at yourself in the eyes. It's harder than you think, and have a conversation. Is the person talking back to you the person you want to be? Is it the best version of you possible? Only you know. And you know exactly what's holding you back, and you know what your deficiencies are and all the bullshit excuses that you tell yourself. Can you identify any deficiencies or things that need to change? Are there people in your life that are holding you back or don't believe in you? You must identify these negatives in your life and eliminate them, but you must have a face to face conversation with yourself first. What can you eliminate in your life right now and over the next year that would reduce stress, improve your life, and remove negativity? Real thing about self-doubt versus self-belief. For every negative, there's a positive. Always remember that. Always has been, always will be. Right? That's just universal law. How you react to something directly impacts the result. And that's all that you can control is your response, your actions, your thoughts. How you respond to something directly impacts the result. Okay? So, don't inflame the result. Don't keep giving yourself negative self-talk. And I struggle with this every damn day. I'm on the verge of some really big things happening, and it's like, oh, what do you know? I'm so aware now that I'm like, wait a minute, what what's that other John gonna do when he shows up? Right? Always keeping my eye out for that self-sabotage, because self-sabotage is real, people. It is real, and many people suffer with it. Do you? Right? You got to ask yourself. Many suffer with self-doubt. They don't just believe in themselves. Self-doubt leads to self-worth and self-belief issues. You need to start to accomplish small things first. By doing this, you will start to eliminate self-doubt. If you try to just go climb Mount Everest right away, you're going to fail, most likely. That high probability of it, because you haven't been trained, acclimated to the low, the thin air, and multiple of other things that I don't know anything about and will never experience intentionally, because I have no desire to go climb the mountain. Okay. But if you show up and you try to climb that mountain without practicing, without the equipment, you will fail. But then you'll be discouraged that, oh man, I suck because I can't climb Mount Everest. Okay. But if you start with some smaller mountains, if you start, hiking 2-3 mile mountains, all these other things, and work your way up to it, then it becomes an accomplishment. Start with the first step and celebrate the first step before you try to celebrate the marathon win. It takes time. Set small attainable goals, then set larger goals. Set your GC high but attainable. Put 5% away every check once you attain that goal. Book a nice vacation for yourself, your family. That reward will build confidence to do it again and again and again without fear or hesitation. What are some self-belief and self-doubt issues you struggle with? What will it take to overcome them? Plan now. If you don't put a plan together, it will not happen. And understand what I'm about to say next. People are energy. That's all we are. Really, it's all we are. So take inventory. You must continually take inventory of the people around you. Are they pushing you to be better? Are they non-judgmental? Do they support you in your endeavors? Are they honest and have integrity? Do they bring joy? Are they successful? We are the sum. You've heard this 100 times, I'm sure. We are the sum of the 5 people we are around the most. Be protective of who those 5 are. Continually take inventory and distance yourself from negative people. Toxic people. We all know them. Boy, can they, boy, can they can take years. They can steal years from you. Toxic people will suck the life out of you. When you are in front of the mirror, is there anyone in your life who's toxic? That does not support or believe in you, who cut you down, who lies or manipulates you. This can come in the form of a spouse, a partner, a friend, a broker. It can come in the form of all sorts of different people. Could even be a parent. You must start to distance yourself from these people, replace them with positive people. I understand it can get lonely for a while. I know this. I know this for a while, but in the long run, it will be far better. Start to eliminate toxic people today. Fear, man, we all deal with it. We've all dealt with it. We all will deal with it. Fear is a dream killer, the motivation crusher. Oftentimes, fear is connected to self-belief or self-worth issues. You must believe in yourself or nothing is possible. Success and happiness start with you, and it comes from inside. You must face your fears head on. Once you conquer one fear, you will conquer them all. Maybe not at the same time, but the smallest domino starts the biggest chain event. What are some of your fears? What are you going to do to overcome these fears? Make a plan. Fear will cripple you, so conquer fear. Imperfectly perfect, imperfect, imperfectly imperfect. Maybe it should be perfectly imperfect. I don't know. I'm starting to think I see these typos. It wasn't Katie. It was me testing on a new template. Probably meant to have her proofread it. Should send it over to her. Lowest point. What is the lowest point of your life? You have to accept that. Even AAA, AA, Alcoholics Anonymous, NA, Narcon, that one. they all start with, acceptance, right? Is the first step. You have to acknowledge that you have a problem, admit that you have a problem, admit that you have a problem, accept that you have a problem, whatever. But acceptance is the key. So you have to accept that it happened. There's no sense in trying to lie to yourself that it didn't. It happened. So whatever it is, but it doesn't define you. So you have to accept it and then overcome it, right? You are not perfect. Neither am I. Neither is anybody. We accept each other for our faults where we are. Understand that losing a child or a loved one is far more difficult than financial or love issues, but make the lost loved one proud. Start a fund in the name so they can live on. There's many ways that you can overcome this. Be proud of where you are and where you are going. I say it here again, acceptance. I mean, nothing can start to improve until you have 100% acceptance. It is only after self discovery, understanding, and acceptance that you can improve. Without acceptance, you are in denial. Nothing great has ever been accomplished while in denial. The river, the Nile, maybe, but not in denial. However, acceptance is freedom, and great things come from a free mind. Accept your shortcomings, accept your mistakes, accept your past issues. Then you from 10 years ago, that wasn't right. The you from 10 years ago is not the same you as today. You are better as a result of your past and your acceptance. So accept your imperfect past. What's your purpose? What's your purpose? Peace as with distractions. Peace has a different energy flow. That energy at a peaceful state is enlightening. You won't once you reach this point, you won't let anybody or anything disrupt your peace. There's a TikTok out there that says something along the lines of, there's something to be said about having your own place with having your own snacks and being left the hell alone, right? Something along those lines. That peace, man, once you reach that peace, you don't want to be distracted by anybody's bullish, right? And you leave that drama at home, right? Once you achieve peace, anything at all is possible, and nothing will be able to take it away. It's a lot of hard work to get there, and a lot of work to stay there, but it is absolutely possible with effort. Again, peace comes with awareness. When you realize that you're being a jerk, when you realize that you might be cranky, when you realize you said something inappropriately, however that may be, offending or harsh or insulting, whatever it might be. Purpose is crucial that you find and understand your purpose. You are capable of much, much more than you think. You need to just understand it and believe it and then work to attain it. Failure to have a purpose means you are just existing. Your purpose does not need to be something that revolutionizes the world. It could be as simple as bringing positivity to the world. You just need to figure out how. Start to ponder the question and see if anything stands out for you. When you know your purpose, you're unstoppable. When you have a purpose, the purpose allows you to be put on a mission, and well, just do it, right? It allows the passion to flow. It allows you to wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning, jump out of bed to start working on something. It also, when you jump out of bed at 5 o'clock in the morning, sometimes you skip your workout and your walk and you don't realize that it's 11 o'clock and it's like, well, I haven't even eaten breakfast yet. Yeah, that's real too. That's purpose and passion at work. What is your core? Your 1%. Gary Vaynerchuk will tell you that he is good at 1% of things and sucks at 99% of things. You need to uncover the 1% and be the best at it. Then hire out the other 99%. This allows you to go vertical versus horizontal. Go deep then wide. Every mentor that I've ever had of massive success tells me go deep then wide. If you try to go too wide, you will break, but you go deep then wide. Meaning I say it right there. Meaning you go deeper and higher, being the best at your 1% versus being average across the board. I suggest everyone hire a bookkeeper to do their books. Why? The bookkeeper does it better than you, and the price they charge compared to the time you saved is immeasurable. Same with digital marketing, social ads, graphic design, video. Hire out the pros. Get your time back, right? They say time is money. I say time is life. So the more free time that you get, the more you get to enjoy your life. No, listen, I know a lot of people out there will say, oh, I love work. I love what I'm doing. That sounds miserable to me. That sounds 100% miserable to me. You mean to tell me you truly find joy? You truly find the joy in your heart of hearts going to show a home? There's something wrong with that, in my opinion. That is not joy. That can't be joy. You might enjoy going around other people. You might enjoy the job. You might that showing somebody a house can't be a purpose. Maybe it can be, but it doesn't. It sounds shallow. It sounds super minimal. If I could go show a house and that brought me great joy, is it the benefits that come from it that bring the joy? There's something more. There's something deeper, and this is where having real conversations. This is why it's a hard time for me to have conversations with most people, because I say things that they're like, "Oh, that's offensive." No, but it's truth, and truth can be offensive. So you just have to be real with yourself, right? What truly brings you joy? What brings me joy is spending my time with my family, being able to do what I want, being able to pop into cities around the country and donate and contribute to these areas and leave without anybody even knowing that I was there, right? Or what the impact was or anything else like that. I don't do it for notoriety. I do it to help humanity. Find your 1% and sub out the rest. Identify what you're good at, stick with it, give out everything. So step 2, this is where you start to, those are just some of the processes to think through. Those are some of the things that you want to ponder and some of the things that you have to overcome and consider while you're on a journey. And those are just some of the things, the most important ones. I have read a lot of books. I've had a lot of counseling sessions, still in counseling. Love my counsel. Won't talk to anybody else. But we have to really be real with ourselves and address these issues. Find out truly what makes us tick. Shut off all the noise and find out what makes us tick. So step 2 is more about, this is going to be about what I showed you in the beginning. It's going to be writing out these most important things to you and then shutting all the noise off. I don't give a crap what it is. I don't give a crap what Aunt Sally got cancer. That sucks for Aunt Sally. But what can you do about it? You can be a friend to Aunt Sally. You can send her flowers. You can show up and be there. You can do those kind of things, but you can't allow that. If you're an empath or a giver, it's very easy for us to, and this is real, what I'm about to say, is sometimes we ignore our own deficiencies by giving to other people. So you have to be aware of that. If that's you, you have to understand that, oh, I'm going to just ignore my own misery, the things that are dragging me down, the things that are making me yell and be angry and feel like shit and, eat like shit and all that other stuff, because you're ignoring yourself to give to somebody else. I'm not saying that Aunt Sally isn't important, but Aunt Sally shouldn't be an impact on you hitting your personal goals, your most important things, because again, without a happy, healthy you, nothing else can be happy and healthy. So let's jump into this. The 5 pillars of life. I've seen 3 pillars, 4 pillars, 7 pillars. This is my book. So it's 5 pillars. And this is my 5 pillars. There are 5 pillars: personal, family, financial, business, spiritual, religious, soul, whatever you want to call it. And your personal, right? This is first and foremost, like I started off with, because it's about you. Without a happy, healthy you, the other pillars are not possible. You must really think about what it is that you want personally and need to achieve happiness and balance your life. You want to lose 20 pounds? You want to quit smoking? Do you want to help homeless veterans? Do you want to volunteer? Write down 3 goals, the 3 most important goals, with number 1 being first, and that you want to achieve, that you must achieve in your personal sector in order to achieve balance, and explain why as shortly as you can. Now take a moment to write down what 3 activities it will take to achieve each one of these goals. That's almost like a 1-3-5, isn't it? If you're familiar with the 1-3-5 goal setting, right? So what is it that you want? Okay. Storyboards are great, but what storyboards are is a bunch of things. Look at that storyboard and say, and on that storyboard, put a 1 next to the 1, put a 2 next to the 2. And God, if any of you say a car, I will reach through this computer and I will kick you in your shin. A car, that's a certain level of achievement. Yes. let's go deeper than the material, though. Let's go deeper than the material. Don't get me wrong. If you want to go for a month-long vacation in the Maldives, I'm down with that. That's an experience, right? Not material things, but experiences, things that bring true joy and happiness. But why? I get to spend a month in the Maldives. I get to unplug completely. I'll write my new book. I'll write my new course, whatever it is. That way, I'll be able to give that to people to help them through whatever they're doing. Now, what we're going to do is pretty much we're going to do the same thing in the other four sectors. So, all five sectors, we are going to write down what is the number one, two, and three most important thing. Family is next because without a happy family unit, I'm not saying married. Your family could be your kids. Your family could be extended family. Your family could be your friends. Just because we're related, don't make us family. I never forget that. And it could be your animals. Okay. But do you want to provide a beautiful home in a great town for them? Do you want to have a vacation home? Do you want a friend of mine? I just saw him the other night. When his kids were younger, they stopped doing Christmas presents when the kids were like 12. And what they did was they decided to go on a vacation for a week during Christmas. No tree, no presents, no mess. Now I know some people like, oh, that sounds shitty. To me, that sounds divine. The family would decide where they're going to go on vacation. They would book a vacation. I think there was 4 or 5 kids, and they would all go on vacation. That's what they did, right? Maybe that's what you want to do. That's what I was doing for a while too in the summer. And then, the market crash and divorce happens and stuff. We haven't done that, but we are going to have a place on the ocean again this year for a week and just relax. Me and my kids, they'll each bring a friend up. But to me, seeing them happy makes me happy. I got to bring some of my friends. We just get to enjoy life, enjoy the experience. To me, that's an important thing. Do you want to pay for your kids' college, right? I know some people that's what they want to do for their family. But if you don't know what it is, how do you put it there? Financial. Do you want to have 100 grand a bank, 200 grand, a million, right? Whatever it is. If you're in one of these downline companies, do you want to make 50 grand a month from a downline, 10 grand, 5 grand, right? Start small. You ultimately want to get to 10, but you got to start with 1. You can't make 10 till you make 1. It's impossible. So start with 1. And I want to add $1,000 per month over to my downline or to my passive income per month over the next year. And then you'll be at that bigger number. Don't let it stop. Let it keep going, right? Do you want to invest in dividend, $200 a week in dividend stocks? So at the end of 10 years, you have built that up to be $200,000, and now you receive a $1,500 a month dividend from them, right? Only you can determine that, right? Write those 3 things down. Now on business, you notice how business is, soul should be up there too, but I leave soul for last because I can talk about it for a long time. And realistically, the whole mindset workshop hinges on a happy, healthy soul because at the end of the day, it's truly all that we have. But in business, what GCI do you want to make? How much production do you want? Do you want to grow a team, expansion teams, open other vertical ancillary businesses? You want to start another business? You want to build a tech product or something like that? What is it? What are the 3 things that you must accomplish in your business, right? One of them, building a tech company, that might be number 3. It's something that you want to do, but you got to make the money in order to do it. I cut too early. I cut out of production too early and I shot myself in the foot. Then COVID came and it was like, oh crap, right? So I understand going into it ill-equipped. I should never have jumped when I did, but fucking ego. Anyways, soul, right? What works for you, man? This is really deep. Are you a true believer in whatever it is that you believe? I know that I have my beliefs. I don't push them on anybody. I hope that you find whatever works for you. Okay, whatever works for you. Call it universe. Call it God. You call it Jesus. Call it Allah. Call it whatever you want to call it. Okay, whatever works for you. Are you in alignment with it? Are you in alignment with your beliefs, or do you just say you believe out of one mind, right? Here's the thing. Hearing is physical, listening is psychological. Okay, so we all hear when somebody says something to us, but it's and I will stop talking to somebody if they're not listening to me. I used to have a team leader that would be typing away. Yep, yep. What'd you say? Well, man, if you weren't freaking trying to multitask, because that technically is not even possible. Your mind can only do one task at a time. But if you start, and it's the same thing with the soul, though, if you say one thing, do you believe what you're saying? Okay. Physically, I'm saying that I believe whatever it might be, but am I psychologically believing in that? Do I believe that in my heart of hearts? Whatever it is, maybe you just want inner peace. Maybe you want the voices to stop. What are you going to do? Meditation, yoga, listen to things like Alan Watts, solfeggio frequencies. I have hours in the books on this stuff. What are you going to do to step through that negative, step through that self-doubt, that whatever it is that's holding you back? Your soul is where that's going to happen. What are you and can you do? So let's take a look at the conclusion, because we've been going on for quite some time. You must look deep inside yourself, and all you must look deep inside yourself. All the answers to the universe are there, but you must look deep inside yourself and ask hard and difficult questions. Once you have removed all negative barriers, you will have a free and focused mind. Free and focused mind. Part of having a free and focused mind is when the suck happens, you're able to smile about it. When somebody's an asshole to you, you're able to laugh at them and smile at them, because no response is a response. And it's my favorite response in 2022. Probably be my favorite response in 2023 too. The mind is capable of great things. The mind is capable of anything that you can conceive. We got people out in space. We got rockets going to Mars. We got satellites. We got technology. We have all these other miraculous things that it debatable if a human created them, but that a human invented. Okay. A human just like you. They thought about it. They applied it. Maybe they had a special gift. I'm not saying we're all created equal in that sense. Some of us are faster runners. Some of us are stronger lifters. Some of us are great thinkers. Some of us are mathematicians. Celebrate your gift, but we are all born equal with the equal opportunity to get there. Okay. Happiness and peace can only come from within you. It cannot come from others. And it sure the hell cannot come from materialistic things. It cannot. I know buying that new car, buying that whatever whiz bang might feel great. And there is a sense of accomplishment to it, especially if it's a goal. But you celebrate the goal, or you celebrate the accomplishment. The material thing, it might bring some joy or some pride, sure, some happiness. But I know plenty of people that had a Harley Davidson delivered to their home and they're still miserable bastards. So it's not just about the material thing. Every single extraordinary person, whether an athlete, musician, artist, whatever, all started out ordinary. It was their unending thirst to be better, to be the best, to believe in themselves and shut off the noise of the outside world that allowed them to become the greatest that they possessed, the greatness that they possessed. Do you know who Gordon Moore and Robert Noyce are, or what they did? You know who Mark Zuckerberg is? You know who Elon Musk is? Who else is out there? I don't know any of those. Most people don't know who Gordon Moore and Robert Noyce are or what they did. They were the founders of Intel. Okay, Intel revolutionized the computer industry. Intel is a company that was the forefront of the revolution of the tech world in the 60s, and it was tech world and giving us the computer we know today. Not every amazing person is as well known as Steve Jobs, Bill Gates, Zuckerbergs, and there are thousands of them. Be the best at what you desire, and with purpose and a clear mind, you will become it. You will become what you think. That is the law of attraction, and it works. You cannot become anything great without the work. You cannot be anything great if you're not taking those steps. Sometimes stillness is the step. Sometimes, we want to become still to get this negativity or let this energy pass or something. Just be careful not to let that stillness turn into 5 years. Not every amazing person, I just read that. Always remember the energy you put out in the universe surrounds you. Put out positive and kind energy and immerse yourself in it in return. Each amazing person is ordinary. The difference is they took a chance, ignored the disbelief, either internally or externally, and they went for it. They felt the struggle, they felt the rejection and the pain, but at the end of it, something amazing was realized. On the following page, you'll find some worksheets so you can get started on your journey and become the best you possible. So, what are some things that you can start to do throughout the week to help you achieve your 5 critical pillars? You know, only you can do it. I created this set of principles at More GCI called UPAD: understand, plan, action, and discipline. You got to understand yourself, the deficiencies, the positives, everything. I celebrate your positives and exploit them. Stay in your 1%. But what are the negatives that you need to overcome, and what is the work that needs to happen in order to overcome that? What if you're fine? If it's financial, you broke, you fucked up. I understand. Been there. Okay, raised 2 kids on my own, carrying 2 households. Okay, I get it. I understand. I understand the struggle. But what does it take to get out of there? Okay, when we start to really look at this, we can make a little bit more. If you made an extra $5,000 a year, that might be it. An extra $5,000 a year might be equated to 1 extra phone call per day. You see how little actions consistently over time can lead to the results that you need and desire. One small piece of gratitude every day can change your entire mindset. Wake up with gratitude, go to bed with gratitude. When something weird happens, laugh about it. Laugh about it. I went to pull something out of the fridge yesterday. The pickles fell, the mayonnaise fell, everything fell. And I laughed because I caught the pickles. And the pickles I have, they have a snap top on them, which if they hit the ground, it's just going to pop open. They're real nice pickles, right? They're not like the glass ones. And I caught that, but the mayonnaise fell, and whoever put the mayonnaise away last didn't put the jar on tight, and it fell, and there was a splatter. And I laughed. And I said, "Thank you for allowing me to catch the pickles. You really tried to get me, but I won this time." Because had those pickles hit the ground, that would have been a mess. So I'll gladly take the little bit of splatter that happened from the mayonnaise, wipe it up, and be along my way. That's a win, right? And when you can start to laugh about those things, you win. What's the big to-do list? What is the big to-do list for you? What audacious things do you want to achieve in your life? What are you waiting for? Tomorrow will never be here. Understand that tomorrow will never be here. The only thing that exists is right now. So what are you doing right now to take a step in the direction of your big to-do list? Your big to-do list might be something that's going to happen in 10 years, but you can make a spreadsheet now about it. You can order information up on it now. You can create your logo now. I got logos created for several other businesses that I haven't even created yet. Business plans for them too. So what is your big to-do list? Because if you don't have one, well, you're just existing. And if that might be fine, that's fine for you. And then what are your monthly goals? What are some monthly goals that you can do in order to reach this? Again, I had mentioned about the financial, the dividend stocks. If you're going to put $200 away each week, just call that times 4. That's $800 a month. My goal, my monthly goal is going to put $800 a month away towards dividend stock. I used to say crypto, but I don't do that anymore. SBF took all my money. Just kidding. I had no money there. Monthly goals. You want to lose weight, so you're going to eat, clean 80% of the time, low carb, low sugar, whatever you do. I'm going to go to the gym 20 times. Don't even do it per week. Do it 15 times per month. Gives you all month. That gives you all month to get half of the days in. Maybe it's 10 days. Start small. Maybe you're going to go for a 2-mile walk 3 times a week. Okay. But put your monthly goals in there. And then here's some notes for you, right? Put your notes in there. Anything that you worked on through here, go ahead. You got a place to put your notes. If you want this book, come over to the Real Estate Agent Community Leaders Group. I got it up under files. It's probably in Lab Coat Agents too. You got the older version up over there. Still same information, just looks a little different. So go take a look. If you can't find it, reach out to me. If you're watching this, we're in a group together. So just message me. If you want to learn more about what we're doing, because we help people get comfortable on camera and overcome their fears, start to build networks or enhance their networks and grow their sphere of influence and stuff like that. If you need help like that, take a look at what we do at partnerwithmytown.com. I'd be more than happy to work with you and help you overcome whatever fear that you have about video and being on video and talking and meeting with other people. Anyways, I hope you have a really, hold on. I hope you enjoyed this. If there's any questions, put them up in the group or over here in StreamYard, and I'll answer them when I get a moment. And I hope that you have a healthy and happy and successful 2023. And I hope there's something in this book that helps you to accomplish whatever that audacious goal is, or even that small little thing, because one match can ignite an entire movement. So that one small action that you're going to do, that you're going to identify, can help you accomplish all of your other goals. But everything comes down to this one saying: success requires you. 100%, only you. You guys have a great year.